Hello, everybody. Here is your third and final tutorial of week 7, where we are going to create an animation of your floor plan. This is what you would do if you wanted to really quickly show someone what you've created and show them from like 360. So this is really easy to do. I'm going to show you the downloaded app version of this first, and then I'll go to the web app for those of you that use that. So here is my 3D model of my floor plan. What I'm going to do is decide where I want my animation to start. So what do I want my floor plan to look like when it first starts the animation? So I'm going to orbit around a little bit. Something else that I haven't shown you is how to get rid of guidelines and also how to reset yourself on the same sort of eye level as your actual creation. So first, let's get rid of all these guidelines because I don't want them. They're ugly and I don't need them anymore. So if I go into view, notice how guides is checked off. If I just click that, the guidelines that I created with the measuring tape all go away. Also, I'm going to click out of my group. There we go. So now I have minimal lines, just my 3 axes. So I definitely want to be zoomed in a little bit, but notice how I'm kind of above my floor plan. I think I want my floor plan to start from the top view. And you can actually do this really simply. Instead of orbiting around 15 times, you can go into the camera and you can click standard views, and I'm going to click top. And now I have a top view of my floor plan. This is how I want it to look when people first look at my floor plan. So what I do now, and because I want to save this the way it is I'm actually going to go and save this as a scene. So I'm going to click view, then I'm going to go to animation, and I'm going to click add scene. All right. Once I do that, you'll notice that scene 1 appears at the top of my screen. As I create multiple scenes, I can click through them and go back to them. So I'll show you how to do that in a minute once we've created the other one. I'm going to go back into the camera now, back to standard views. I don't want to see the bottom. I don't think anybody really cares about the bottom of my house. But now let's go to ISO, because ISO is that 3/4 view, which is kind of nice. We can see from a corner, but I don't think this is the corner I want people to see first. I think I want them to see where the entrance is to my house. So I'm going to orbit around a little bit like this. I want them to still be able to see in a little bit, see all of the rooms. I'm also going to zoom a little more. There we go. Now I want to save this as my second scene. So I'm going to go back to view, animation, add scene. Now I have 2 scenes. So let me show you how this works. If I click on scene 1, it takes me back to that top view. Now if I click to scene 2, it goes to my isometric view. And that's really cool because it adds that nice smooth transition in between the 2 scenes without me even having to do anything. Now what I want to do is actually whip around my floor plan a little bit. I'm going to zoom in even more now. And I'm going to just start to turn. I'm going to turn this a little bit like this. This will be my next scene. View, animation, add scene. Orbit again to this side. Don't really like the way it looks right now. There we go. That's better. Let's move this up a little. All right. View, animation, add scene. Now I've got 4, and I want you to have at least 5. If you have a bunch, that's okay, but then your animation is really long. You want this to be really quick. I'm thinking that in my animation, I want it to get a little more zoomed in as I go. And in the end, actually, I should probably show off my nice windows a little bit here. Let's see that. And I think I will end it back around here, like we're at eye level. There we go. All right. So I created an animation with 7 scenes. I can sort of preview this by going back and clicking on each one, or I can view this whole thing strung together. And to do that, I'm going to go exactly where it was before, except instead of adding a new scene, I'm going to click play. And it's going to actually play my animation. Mine's going pretty quickly. If you don't want your animation to go that fast, you can go into the settings. And inside the settings, you can change the transition between each scene. You can change the delay time between each scene. So I'm going to slow mine down a little bit. I'm going to make it 4 and 2. And notice how it slows down. That's much nicer. Maybe I don't even want that 2-second delay. I'll just have a 1-second delay in between each view. And that's really professional looking, and it was really easy to do. Now what we need to do is we need to save this. So when we go to save this, just like you would export if you were creating a 2D graphic, you're going to export the same way, but this time you're going to click animation, and it actually creates a little movie. And so I'm going to name this floor plan scenes. I'm going to export. It takes a little while to export. So while it does that, I'm going to go onto the web app and show my friends how to use the scenes here. So here's my same floor plan. I just uploaded it to the web. And in the web version, your scene is, let's see, I believe you're in right here, views, that little movie player. Click views, and then you can click that little plus sign to add a scene. So there's scene 1. It's exactly where I had it. So now I can get rid of this. I can rotate around. Sorry guys, I'm not used to this web app. Here we go. I'm going to pan a little bit. This is going to be my next scene. Add scene 2. Perfect. Orbit around again. Oh, I'm still panning. Here we go. Let's see how far in I want to be. Oh dear. Here we go. All right, let me pan a little more. Good. Add another scene. Orbit again. And one more time. There we go. That will be my last one. All right. This works in the same way. It's just a little bit of a different process. So this time I only created 5 scenes. It's really simple. If I want to play it, I just click the play button. And the settings to change everything is also the same. It's right here. So I can change that, but I kind of like where it's at right now. So I'm going to keep it where it is. And now I can actually rename these if I wanted to. I can set one so that every time I open this, it goes to one scene. But we want to export this so that you can upload it for me. So first let's save. All right, in here, I'm gonna click export. And then you want, let's see. Download my SketchUp file first. There we go. You guys may not be able to upload this as a movie itself, but if you've created that animation, when I open your SketchUp file, I should be able to view your animation really easily because all of your scenes will be saved in there. All right. So for now, we'll just save it as is, and then you can download it to your computer and then upload your SketchUp file to Google Drive. The rest of you that were using the downloaded app version, see mine's, it's still taking a while, but once, just remember what you named it. I named mine Floor Plan Scenes, so that when I go to Google Drive, I can upload that animation. And then we'll see what the difference is between the downloaded animations and then the animations in the SketchUp files. But just make sure you do that because that will be part of your grade, your animation itself. If you have any questions, remember to post to the discussion board. I hope you have fun. I can't wait to see your animations. Good luck.